a segment for the show like 100 Reasons Why We Love Tyler Perry? And you could do no wrong.
It's just Medea every time.
So what was another... Wait,
did we do that?
Actually, those of you that have listened to the show, we once did a segment, movies that would be better if Medea was in them.
Yeah.
And the simple answer was all of them.
Yes.
So what was another summer loser for you?
This was so heartbreaking for me because this person, in my mind, had never made a bad movie or even a movie that didn't go over super well until this moment.
Okay.
And that's Leonardo DiCaprio. Great
Really?
Gatsby.
Really?
Yes.
Anybody see The Great Gatsby? Anybody like The Great Gatsby? Anybody see it and disliked it?
Anybody not see it? Oh, look, everyone's hands.
Wait. So you're a big Leo fan from Titanic to now, even including the beach for you old timers that remember that reference.
I do remember that.
So what was it about Gatsby that you didn't like?
Even pulling it away from my perspective of it, like when I think Leonardo DiCaprio recently, words are hard. I think Shutter Island. I think Inception. I think these like huge, well, pseudo blockbuster gigantic.
Well, I think his most recent one up to this point was Django.
And he was awesome in Django Unleashed. Whatever. I saw a different movie. I got mine off of some scary guy with a DVD.
Can you imagine Quentin Tarantino directing a Medea movie? That would be a bloodbath. That'd be awesome.
That would be
but
the
what was it?
greatest
Because
thing
I didn't get a chance to see it. We wanted to see it. I didn't get a chance. So what was it about Django?
It was okay. Django. Django was
No,
great.
I'm sorry. What was it about Gatsby that you didn't like Leo in?
I don't know. Okay, I don't love movies that are set in like, I'll probably get this wrong, but in like the 20s time period. Am I right? Okay, cool.
Flappers.
Yeah, flappers. Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm already on the wrong foot. And sometimes you can do that hybrid of like new music, old setting, and do it well, or even new technique, old setting. Do you see Leonardo DiCaprio in the Romeo and Juliet movie years ago? Yes. Okay, not everybody liked that, but I did. And that kind of did that well. A new telling of this old story. And I just didn't feel like, I forget who directed Gatsby.
It was Baz Luhrmann. It was the same director.
Well, way to screw it up the second time. Sorry, Baz.
It's not like he's in the room. It's not like he's
he?
It's not like Baz Luhrmann's in the corner like, oh, pass. I will never direct again.
I'm not going to stay for the dance party.
You guys are feelers, aren't you?
Yeah, a bunch of feelers.
So you didn't like it?
No.
Like, was it a colossal failure to you, or was it...
You know what's interesting? On Rotten Tomatoes, last time I saw it, I think it was at like a 50%. And usually those movies are horrible. But it was almost like, and so was this one. It was like half the people really liked it, half the people just really didn't. Hence the 50%. Math! But it was interesting because it was just such an even split. Some people liked it, some people didn't, and it was right down the middle. I happened to be on the rotten side of it, and I just didn't enjoy it. But
well,
so,
in my set later, I'm playing A Little Party Didn't Kill Nobody.
Which is funny because I know the guy who wrote that song, and still I hated the movie.
Well, so then let's kick us off. So what's your final winner for the summer?
Let's try to remember that. My big winner. Oh yeah, I changed it. It was gonna be Mark Wahlberg, but I changed it. Did you see Pain and Gain?
I didn't.
He looks good in that movie. But it's steroids. It's not even fair.
Family show.
Family show. My winner actually is, and I don't think anyone literally in this room has seen this, will see this, anything. But one of my favorite British actors is Simon Pegg. And he put a movie out recently that really didn't even get any like advertising time. But it's called The World's End. Not the one with This Is the End, which I heard was horrible. But this other one with him and his buddy Nick Frost. Yeah. It was directed by Edgar Wright. So it's the same team.
It's the Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and then
By the way, do yourself a favor. If you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead, go watch Shaun of the Dead.
Or Hot Fuzz,
Oh
either of those movies. And this is literally the third installment of that kind of trio doing movies, and it's just like that. And I loved it. So for me, that movie and Simon Pegg, that was a big winner for me to close out the summer session. I know we won't have a lot to talk about it because no one's seen it except for me and when I dragged. Oh, wait, who?
Yeah! And Nick Clark in the back.
Was it as good as I'm pretending it is? Yeah, I did.
Audrey, you liked it?
Oh, you didn't like that part? Yeah, a guy I saw it didn't like that either. You guys are wrong. Sorry, Audrey.
Well, that's good, and I like that. Like, I like Simon Pegg a lot from the Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz.
I just started watching a show he used to do called Spaced Out on instant Netflix. No?
It was terrible.
Well, I just started. Spoilers. Okay, well, I'll stop.
Well, I think, okay, so my last summer winter really surprises me because I never thought I'd be into these, but the Fast and the Furious 6.
Oh my
Fast and Furious 6.
Haven't you made fun of that before?
I have, and here's where I stand with it. Remember,
exactly
all roads led to this, except they're making 7. So here's what I don't understand. So let me give you a Fast and Furious history with me. I have never seen a Fast and the Furious movie before this summer. Up until this, I had no interest. I don't like Vin Diesel.
That's crazy. I feel like every guy has seen the first one.
I've never seen any of them. I never saw anything. And so
Paul Walker,
I never saw
Vin Diesel, that girl who dies.
Yeah!
It's like in the preview, so if you haven't seen it in 10 years, sorry.
So my wife and I, on one of these Friday nights, we're renting movies on Apple TV, and there's nothing good out because she wanted to see Warm Bodies. I'm like, no. As we go into the...
Was that the Zomcom?
Yeah, the zombie, like... And so we're going through movies, and
that's
there's
a gross term.
And so here's what catches your attention. You have a man crush on Ryan Reynolds.
Who said that?
I am definitely in man love with The Rock. And I've talked about it.
It's way worse when you say in man love.
No, like for sure, like I've talked about this on the show. You know it. The Rock, statistically proven,
there's science behind
any movie 60% better. So if a movie is only 60% good, it's because of The Rock. And it was interesting because
just because he's in it, it's already at a 60?
I tested this. So
I got some beakers out and some nitrous oxide.
On iTunes,
the scientific method, guys.
On iTunes, on Apple TV, when you look at a movie description, it gives you the Rotten Tomato percentage. And so Fast and Furious 4, whatever that one was called, was at like a 14 or a 15, and Fast and the Furious 5, the first one, The Rock, was in the 70th percentile. And I'm sitting there like, ha, The Rock! And it was on sale. I'm like, well, why not? I've never seen any of these. I like The Rock.
That adds up, by the way.
And we watched it. And so here's, if you know what you're getting yourself into, the Fast and Furious movies are big, dumb movies. Physics do not apply to the Fast and the Furious.
I feel like you just hurt the Fast and the Furious' feelings.
Like, at all.
Big, dumb, stupid face.
It really is. They're jumping out of plane. One, especially if you're on the 5th one, or if you saw the 6th, in the 6th one, there's a sequence where they are on the world's longest airplane runway ever. If you saw that movie, they are on this runway. Yes! They are on this runway for 20 minutes, and it's all one sequence. And you're sitting there, they never go off the road. You're like, oh, you know what would stop that airplane? Mustangs with harpoons. And you shoot it. But it's dumb.
Get over here, whale plane.
But you know what? Like my wife and I watched the 5th one. I'm sitting there going, man, that was so dumb, and it was so much fun, and The Rock was awesome. And so like 2 days later, we go to the $3 theater and we watch Fast and the Furious 6. And I don't know the backstory. Michelle Rodriguez popped in.
That's who it was.
They're like, how are you alive? I'm like, when did you die? I don't know. And I don't care.
Doesn't matter, they brought her back.
Because like I went in and like those of you that know Tim Schoen, he's our Fast and the Furious expert. Because he loves, and he's got a weird, I don't know this, but if you've seen it, like he says
he knows way too much.
Well, he says Tokyo Drift is the best one, and he defends that.
Like, if you ask him, you're like, hey Tim, tell me about Fast and Furious. He's like, sit down.
So Vin Diesel was born, and so I remember talking to him, asked him about it, and he explained, like when he's up, I'm like, you know what, if The Rock was in it, I don't care. And the Fast and Furious 6, 1, it was a lot of fun, but 2, Universal Movies has been dying for a franchise that made money. They put a lot of money into, if you remember Van Helsing, and that was awful and it tanked. In fact, so much so, Universal, if you ever saw Van Helsing, and I share your pain, Universal built the actual city and castle that movie took place in, and they were so sure that they left it up. And when the movie tanked, they were going to do a whole series, they were going to do a television series, they lost millions upon it. They wanted to turn Vin Diesel's other franchise, Riddick, if you remember the Chronicles of Riddick a few summers ago.
Another one is coming out.
Huge, massive thing. Before Marvel Studios was a huge thing, Universal did, Ang Lee directed the Hulk, or that Hulk movie, if you remember, that was awful.
Very artsy.
Universal was
Lot of camera
dying
angles.
for a franchise, and the Fast and Furious 6 is their biggest and most profitable movie ever.
That's kind of sad.
It's weird that on number 6, but people are saying it. So what did they do? They're in pre-production for part 7. They brought everybody back. The Rock is coming back. They've signed, and basically, if you look at it, Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, there's nothing they can do other than these movies.
That's true. It's like, check, please.
It's like, think about it. What can you name a Paul Walker movie that's not a Fast and the Furious?
Meet the Beatles.
Yeah.
A real movie. I don't.
Is it like a home video we put on YouTube? Welcome to Meet the Beatles.
We're not talking about a dream you had. What's Meet the Beatles? I've never heard of it. Netflix? I don't know if I want to. Like this is like Amanda psychedelic dream here. Like, ooh, Paul Walker and Beatles? I don't like. What's
You're
it?
saying that like it's an actual thing.
What's it about?
Okay. Brothers that have to walk
This-
This sounds really good. A gopher problem or golfer problem?
Okay, wait a minute. So Paul Walker is in a movie about gophers that's not Caddyshack.
Was Paul Walker in Caddyshack?
He was in a movie about Alaska dogs.
Snow Dogs.
No, that was Cuba. That was Cuba.
I know, they look really similar,
That
but
was Cuba. Cuba Gooding and Paul Walker are essentially the same person. That was. Oh, I just thought about that. I saw that on TV. I was sad when one of the dogs died.
spoilers.
But then you're like, he's all mad. And you're like, get over it. You have 7 more.
Those
What?
dogs were like his kids.
That's sad. That's sad. That's as sad as the Deedles thing.
Somebody look that up. I'm
So
pretty sure
shifting
that's
gears, because we're getting ready to dance here.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Looking at the fall. See, we're heading into fall movie season. Fall movie season is 2 things. Fall movie season literally is a dumping ground for studios that are dumping their crap. And so if you think about it, if a movie usually comes out in September,
That's an awesome sentence, by the way.
early October, it's because they think it's awful. And that's why they put it in there. And some of the worst movies have been really... Sometimes you get a decent one, but it's the end of summer movie season. But the other thing that fall movie season is, this is when they start dropping their Oscar movies. Because they want it to be the last taste. If you remember last year, one of the last movies... The Oscar deadline is the end of the year. One of the last movies that came out was Les Mis. Why did Les Mis... Les Mis was a great film, but why did it also have a lot of Oscar talk? It was the last taste you had going in. So a lot of movies are very...
It came out at Christmas, I think.
It was very
Or
strategic.
New Year's Eve or something.
Which actually, we don't have the time to get into, but actually it makes me wonder why they opened The Butler now instead of waiting for it to be like a Thanksgiving movie, because it seems like that. But
Is that a serious movie?
yeah, Oprah, she doesn't do comedy.
Oh, I didn't see the trailer.
You don't see Oprah and Medea hanging out and Cedric the Entertainer walks out.
Have you ever seen them in the same room together?
Medea and Oprah?
Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Same person. You imagine Tyler Perry, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car.
So the moral of the live show is, hey, believe in yourself, be yourself, unless you could be Medea. Then always be Medea. So, looking at fall movie season, what's one thing you're excited about, Pat? And then what's one thing you're not excited about, but you feel like you should be?
Are we just doing one of each?
Yeah, just go one of each. So take both.
I am excited about animated movies, 2 specifically. One, the Lego Movie, starring Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec. And it's like every Lego thing ever. They're like, over there's the 1992 LA Lakers team, and then there's Gandalf over there. And everything's Legos. It's like my dream. I think I'm as excited about this, the 8-year-old boy inside of me, as you were about that horrible movie you saw this summer.
How dare you as a C+.
Pacific Legos. I'm really excited about that, but also Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2.
Yeah, Cloudy Chance of Meatballs 1 was awesome.
I know, it was super fun, and this one looks really cool. There's this big taco monster that comes out. Never mind, I don't want to talk about it. I won't give it away. It's that good. I'm really excited about animated movies coming out. And then not excited, wow, anything else? I'm just not excited about anything else.
Wow.
Boo, that sounds like a cop-out, doesn't it? It was. Wait, are they making another Paranormal Activity movie? Are they
Not
taking
this year. They're actually, we are, according to, this sucks, we are getting 2 next year.
Yeah!
Oh.
2 movies to not see.
We're getting a spin-off and then a Spanish-themed spin-off, which...
Is it in Spanish?
I don't know, but fellow Latinos, why? Why are we...
What do they call the ghosts? Like, oh, the cucaracha. I don't speak Spanish, so it can't be offensive.
No, and then they're gonna do Paranormal Activity 5, which is like the Saw movies. Like, why do we keep going? But,
You know,
so nothing is.
Oddly enough, I have a feeling I know what you're excited about, but specifically what you're not excited about. And I think everybody's gonna hate on you. I won't say.
I'm gonna take some heat from the front row on it, and that's okay.
Okay.
So let me talk about. So the obvious answer is I'm excited about Thor, but actually the thing that I'm excited about, and specifically Loki, ladies, Loki, like Tom Hiddleston.
Wait,
but
is he in that? Oh, he's not in the second Avengers.
Actually, here's what's exciting. Recently, Tom Hiddleston just
You
said.
should do this job.
Tom Hiddleston just said that he just got called back to do more bigger reshoots to add more Loki to Thor 2, which he's a great character in that, but that's not the one I wanted to camp on because that's the obvious one. This one surprises me a lot. What I'm excited about, Anchorman 2. Yeah. I am actually really excited.
That surprised me because I thought that was not going to be your kind of movie.
Here's the thing. When Anchorman came out, the previews made me... My rule with a comedy is simple. If I don't laugh at the preview, I won't go see it. Because that's your chance to make me laugh.
That's why I didn't see The Butler. Okay, but funny word, right? Butler.
When the previews came out for the first Anchorman, I thought I was laughing my head off. I was so excited, went on a date night to watch it, and it was like, meh. But not many movies have done this for me. Anchorman is one of those rare movies that has gotten funnier the more times I've seen it. The first time, I didn't like it. Now when I watch Anchorman, I'm laughing my head off.
I call that the Napoleon Dynamite theory. Because like I was sitting in the theater when I saw that and I was like, what the heck? There was someone in like a group of teenagers in front of me who this was like their 5th round of seeing it and they are dying and I'm like, what is this llama doing here? And then I saw it a second time, I was like, all right.
I'm down with you, llama. See, a lot of people don't know this movie, but one of the only other movies that was like that for me was a movie called Swingers with Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn, way back in the day. And the person that showed it to me, my friend Trent, he told me when he showed it to me, he's like, hey, this is a movie that's going to be a lot funnier the second or the third time you watch it. And he's right. And Swingers is great, but so Anchorman was like that. And so I feel like it's going to be the same thing. The preview is hilarious to me. The preview to Anchorman 2, the one, not the one where they're standing in lights, but the one with actual clips, when he's at the dinner table and making those jokes, like you just need to go watch it. But when he was like, which one of you convicts with the longest record can pass the, I'm trying to break down racial barriers. And then they open the preview with Journey's Don't Stop Believing. And I love Kristen Wiig. I think Kristen Wiig is one of the funniest people alive. And if you've seen the preview, she's basically the female version of Steve Carell's Brick character, where he's sitting there. And so she's going to get like an equivalent to an I Love Lamp line. And I think that's...
Is Christina Applegate in this one?
Yeah, they show her in the preview.
I've only seen the teaser.
But so yeah, isn't me excited about Anchorman 2? I'm excited about Anchorman.
We'll all go see it together. Somebody put that together.
So what I'm not excited about, ready for it? Hobbit.
Knew it. Everyone's, Ryan goes, that was the right call.
Thank you. High five, Ryan. Boom. Here's the, I said this last year in one of our episodes. I'm a massive geek, and for some reason, The Lord of the Rings was not something I ever got into. And I love, shut up.
Do you even watch Doctor Who?
No.
How can you call yourself a geek?
No.
Doctor Who fans out there?
Hey, you know why I don't watch those British TV shows? Because we won the Revolutionary War. So,
well played, my friend.
But here's the deal. I love fantasy stuff. I love that genre. It's not just science fiction. I love science fiction. I love superheroes. The Lord of the Rings movies came out like right when I first got into college. I saw them all in the theater. I owned them all on DVD. I watched them all, and I enjoyed them all a lot. Particularly the third one, Return of the King, was my favorite. And I watched them all once. I watched them all on DVD, and I'm like, you know what? And I'm good. Like, and people were losing their minds, like, oh my gosh, the extended edition is out. They've added 4 more hours of dialogue and talking, and Liv Tyler is talking more. And and they're sitting around a table going, where do we destroy the ring, you know? And
Dude, Whitney and I started watching the director's cut before we knew that is like 16 hours long.
People are losing their minds, and everybody looks at me because they're like, hey, did you get yours? No! Why? Because 3.5 hours, my worst movie memory was actually for The Return of the King. Because you know how it ended?
Yes.
I had to pee for the last hour and a half.
And it psychs you out every time.
Every time. It like fades out and you're like, awesome, and then freaking Elijah Wood comes back on the screen. And you're like, just go off to like Afterlife or whatever it is you did already.
You were gonna say Narnia.
Remember that scene? And then they slow motion and they all walk. They have to do the whole cast walking into that doorway in slow motion. He's like looking up, like Frodo's looking up, and there's Orlando Bloom. And I was watching it at midnight, so people are losing their minds, and I'm like, I have to pee.
That's probably why they're all screaming too. Let us go!
And so The Hobbit, and I gotta be honest, I was a lot more excited about The Hobbit when Guillermo del Toro was attached to it. Because he is a dark director, and I'm very curious what he would have done. But so The Hobbit preview comes out, and this is how I feel. I look at The Hobbit, and I'm like, you know what? I'm sure if I saw it, I would enjoy it. But I'm not going to go out of my way to see it. And then The Desolation of Smaug, I think is how you pronounce it, right? I see this preview, and I've seen so many things in movies with dragons that I'm like, okay, it's a dragon.
Sidebar, there's a website. It's called YouTube. You can watch videos on it. And somebody put an entire version of that trailer made out of Legos, shot for shot. It is worth watching. Question, do you hate hobbits?
Well, I am a short American, so I can't hate on the short people.
Do you have hairy feet?
Yes.
Do you hate elves?
I don't hate Link. But here's the deal, and then when I watch like the Smaug one, the new elf is the chick from Lost. Like the Kate from Lost is this elf. I'm like, really? Like, that's who's an elf? I feel like all elves should be British. And there's this girl. So
we've offended a lot of people tonight, especially the British.
So I'm not excited, and so most likely, am I going to see it? Probably not, unless somebody buys my ticket. I just don't care.
Stop looking at
enough. Like they're in barrels going down. I want to see more of the giant spider chick from Return of the King. Does she pop up? Anybody that's read The Hobbit? No, then I'm out.
Are you mixing movies?
And from the Return of the King.
I think that's Harry Potter.
So anyway.
Wasn't there was a spider in the second Harry Potter movie?
Spider, not a spider woman.
Sorry.
I've never seen any of those.
Spider-Man?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Something else.
So movie confession. Some of you know I've never seen a Harry Potter movie.
Ooh.
And so my wife and I last summer are at Harry Potter Land in
I'm actually going to
Florida.
be holding auditions for a new co-host soon.
We ride this ride as they take you through Hogwarts, and it's awesome. And we had to, because we had our son, we had to go like one at a time, because he's too young. And so all I know is there's spiders, there was a dragon, there was Hermione, I guess. And the only thing I can say about the ride is both Megan and I get off the ride, we're like, that was awesome. Yeah, did you understand it? No. Like,
that was the text I got from Dre.
I texted Pat in line, what's a Hufflepuff? Like,
and I felt like Tim Schoen in that moment. I was like, sit down.
Like I literally texted Pat, I'm like, Pat, and like I was so creeped out by this moment that y'all probably know, why did a hat start talking to me? Like this hat started talking to you before you get on the ride. I'm like, hats don't do that. Demon hat! Like,
that's kind of what it is.
Why is this hat talking to me? But anyways.
We're gonna have a marathon of all 8 movies, and you guys are all invited.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what's happening right after this.
I don't know. I'd rather marathon all the Medea movies. We
don't have time for all 36 of those.
Hey, so audience, you guys have been awesome just hanging out with us. Like, I gotta say, like, in one of these rare moments, Pat and I, a little over a year ago, we started doing this online just as a goofy way to blow some steam. I'll blow off some steam.
We get really angry.
We pretty much, talking about movies is what we do, and it continually, like, surprises us that people actually enjoy watching it. And so the fact that you would be willing to come and spend some time on a Friday night and indulge us as we just talk about movies, that means a lot to us. And so we are very, very grateful for you guys. Like we said, we are starting season 2 with this. It's like the Grinch, it just grew. We are starting season 2, and so if you're not following us on YouTube, you just look for the Pat and Dre Show. You can subscribe to it on YouTube. This video of this live show is going to go up, as well as video that we're going to take.
You guys won't want to watch it though, because you've already seen it.
At the dance, but we're on Twitter, we're on our Facebook. We have the Pat and Dre Show Facebook page. We're going to keep doing some things throughout the year. But thank you guys so much for letting us just have fun. Thank you guys all so much for letting us have fun. This really does. This really is very, very cool to us. So we got a couple things. We got one favor that we can ask if you guys are ready to dance, right? You guys are ready? So what's it?
Okay, you can go first because I've got some big announcements.
Hey, in just a minute, once Pat is gonna.
What?
You're pregnant, like you?
I am. It's about time someone mentioned it.
Would you make a commitment in front of them and the millions watching at home that if you ever have a child, it'll be named Medea?
No. Because Falco Danger is going to be my first son. Falco Danger McGillicuddy. Or Falco Danger Venture.
Falco Medea Danger.
Ooh, it's got a ring to it.
And your second kid could be Ryan Reynolds, whole first name. Like Ryan Reynolds McGillicuddy. We are just wrecking Whitney's. Good thing she's not here yet. Is it? Oh.
My wife, ladies and gentlemen. The coolest person I know.
Hey, Whitney.
Hey.
Hey, we made some plans.
Yeah, our first daughter is going to be named Moon Unit Medea McGillicuddy. Ooh, good alliteration.
Hey, that's good.
Call it Triple M.
She could be like the next part of that Vin Diesel series that didn't do well either.
Riddick?
Triple X, Triple M.
Oh, Triple M.
Hey, so in just a minute.
Sorry, I was just picturing it.
Hey, we got some hashtags for Instagram tonight for you to be able to use, so we'd love to see what you guys are doing throughout the dance party and everything.
Yes.
Hey, but what we're gonna need to do, one favor that we're gonna need of it in just a minute when we're done, we're actually gonna need you guys, if you guys wouldn't mind exiting the Donna Dome for us again.
The Cashmere Club.
Just for a few minutes. We actually need to get a couple things set up for the dance party. If you're wondering, if you go right around this building, the restrooms are just right on the other side. There's a water fountain. We've got some drinks and everything for once we start. We're just gonna need about 5 to 10 minutes to reset the room.
Yep.
And then once we turn, you're gonna hear the music. Once we turn, we open the door.
Awesome.
Basically, if you're not here to dance, please go home because you're at the wrong place because this is what we're here to do. We're here, and one thing, we need to thank a couple people too that pulled this off. He's not here yet, but this is actually, those of you who know who Craig McDonald is, this is his, make some noise for Craig McDonald.
Yes. He'll be watching this.
This is his place of work, and he's letting us be here. He's letting us do this. He's letting us annoy that guy on the putting green right now because there's actual golfers going on. Like, why are they talking about Medea as it goes in? So we're excited about that. But what do you got for the people?
Oh yeah, and other quick thank yous. Mikey is running all this stuff tonight. Kellyanne did all of our decorations.
Hey, Kellyanne Events over in the back. Hey, we want to thank Josh for a lot of this equipment. Josh Harrison and Apollo and a lot of that.
It's going to be super awesome. And thank you guys for actually showing up to the party. It's going to be so awesome. So here's what I have to say about, this is going to be about Instagram, but there's this thing, it's called the rule of threes. Like when a celebrity dies, when one celebrity dies, 2 others die. You've heard of this, right? Like when Michael Jackson died, you know who else died?
Farrah Fawcett.
2 other celebrities.
Oh no, that was Farrah Fawcett and Bernie Mac.
Oh, Bernie Mac!
Because we thought it was our fault, because all of those celebrities died when we were at camp.
Yeah.
And so, because Wildlife, we have 2 camps, and every time we went to a camp, a celebrity died. And we're like, this is our fault.
The best part was we didn't stop going. We just started like taking bets.
Well, the best part is, those of you that were on the old 8th grade road trip, we were pulling into Yosemite when we got texts that Michael Jackson died, and we're like, what? And reception cut out. So it
was like the world went dark.
So we hiked to the top of the waterfall and literally like, kids, go play over there. I got 1 bar. Who am I going to call that I can trust? So we call Brad Sarian. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, is Michael Jackson dead? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, and that's,
I've got to go. We threw our phones in the river and we ran.
As we're driving back to Sonora, all we're doing is playing Michael, and the kids are like, why is Drake so sad?
Yeah, why is Drake weeping?
Like, why are they comparing this to Elvis? Or better yet, who's Elvis? Is what they kept asking. When Michael Jackson died, and then you're trying to explain, hey, Farrah Fawcett did too. Everyone's like, who? I'm like, come on, guys, Charlie's Angels.
Come on.
But
anyway, so rule
Billy
of
Mays,
right?
He died when we were at camp too. Man,
too soon. And that new guy is not as good. Solely no.
Who was the creepy guy for the Snapchat or the Chop thing? And the ShamWow? The ShamWow guy? that got arrested for beating up a prostitute.
Oh,
that actually happened.
The guy with the head mic.
You're
Yeah,
all gonna
that
go
was weird.
Wikipedia this now. You're like, hey, with the ShamWow, dude. Didn't the Blue's Clues guy go crazy too? All these people.
Like 6 of them. So rule of threes, right? Now here's my thought. 2 things have already broken the internet recently: Batfleck and whatever happened with Miley Cyrus. Which now, anytime I see something gross, I'm like, oh, that is Miley. It's a lot like gnarly, but it just feels better. So here's what I want. The rule of threes, 2 things have broken the internet so far. And the third thing I want to break the internet is I wholeheartedly believe we can break Instagram tonight by posting like a bajillion pictures, a bajillion photos, and they'd all be coming from you guys. Can you do that for us? Yes.
Well, we're almost there. 2.5 things. Because Miley was awful, but the greatest 2 minutes in the world, the NSYNC reunion.
That's true.
So we just do it for 2 minutes. Do you really think Chris and Joey could do more than 2 minutes at this point?
Joey.
Oh, Lance, why? But the greatest 2 minutes in the history of mankind.
That's true. So we have a hashtag
So we're
for
almost there.
Instagram.
Yes, please.
It's going to be hashtag Pat Indre 2013. 2013. Pat Indre 2013. Put all of AND, good question, Jesse. PATANDDRE 2013. Bam, that just happened. Freestyling.
Can they also hashtag Medea?
Just hashtag responsibly, guys. Okay? I don't want to get crazy. So yeah, post those pictures, post those videos. We're gonna be we got some GoPros we're gonna be throwing out here for you guys. We're gonna have an official after movie of this dance party. So please feel free to make.
Wog showed up even though we have bubbles for you.
I know.
later.
Thank you for coming, even though there's bubbles, Chris.
If you look on the ground, we have cannons for tonight.
Yeah, these are from our confetti
actual-
cannons that we tried earlier.
We are excited for what's gonna go down. So
It's
we
gonna
ready?
Be awesome. Yes. Okay. So you guys are gonna head out. We're gonna turn this place around. You guys are out of here. I can't believe that worked.